Hello guys, Tom Yone here from Extra Tech with Tom, and welcome to my third HTML tutorial. I'm actually taking a longer time to record this HTML tutorial because I have some other important project I'm working on. But if, however, you're following up with the tutorial, I'm going to see what I can do to, hasten up the tutorial so we can be through with the HTML as soon as possible, so that we can get to CSS and also JavaScript, so that we can start building fantastic websites. Please kindly subscribe to the channel, and if you have not done so, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave your comment at the comment section. Thank you. All right, let's get to it. Okay, today we're going to discuss about HTML headings. Okay, the headings elements, though we talked about it briefly last time, but now I just want to give a more detail about the headings. Okay, so headings are actually used to display. Maybe you have important heading of an article on your website, subheading, heading, and depending on the important nature of the title or the heading you want to display, that will determine the type of heading you will use. Okay, so we have 6 types of heading elements in HTML. We have heading 1 to heading 6. So let's start coding. So I'm going to declare my document to be an HTML5 document. So doc type HTML. Okay, let's save it. I'm going to save it as let's call it home dot html. Okay. All right. So the next tag that will come is our HTML tag. Followed by our head tag. Let's put our title tag, and let's call this example page. Okay, the next that we'll have is our body tag. Inside our body tag, this is where whatsoever we want to display on our website comes. Okay, so we are talking about the heading tags. Okay, so we have h1. Let's call this heading 1, and h2. Let's call this heading 2. h3. Heading 3. We have our h4. Call this heading 4. h5. Heading 5. And our h6. So call this heading 6. So these are the 6 heading tags used to represent important information on your website. It could be the heading of an article, of a blog post, or the subheading or subtitle. Okay, so whenever you do any modification like this, what you do is to save, Control S to save. Okay, so if we run this in our browser, you go to run and launch it in Google Chrome, you can see the heading tags. The biggest one is the heading 1. We have heading 2, the one that is mostly used. The heading 3 for subtitle, and use your heading 4 for maybe a sub title or list item. Heading 5 and heading 6, which is barely used. Okay, so the heading tag, like I said, define important headings. So headings are very, very important. Search engines use the heading tags to index the structure and the content of your web pages also. So it's the usage of heading tags cannot be overemphasized. Okay, so if you actually need a bigger heading, something bigger than this, you then have to style it. So we'll be using CSS to style to increase the size of our heading to any amount we want to. Okay, that's a font size property of CSS. So we'll come to that. Then let's briefly, so you can see this is how the heading tags are being represented. Okay, so when you're using it in your document, it will not come like this. Of course, you choose a particular one you want to use and you go with it. Okay, so that's that on heading. Now let's talk about another thing. Let's talk about the horizontal rules. Now if you want to draw a horizontal line on your document, what's the tag we use? We use the H arrow tag. The H arrow tag defines a thematic break in an HTML page and is often used to display a horizontal rule. Okay, so if you want to display a horizontal line, maybe in your page, okay, so let's say we have heading 1 and then we come here. Let's say we have a paragraph, all right, and say this is some paragraph. Let's call it paragraph. Okay, so if we have the same thing, like this downward, and we want to, let's call this heading 2 and paragraph 2. Okay, so if we want to put a line to separate this heading and this paragraph from this heading and this paragraph, let's say you want a demarcation on your page, then you use your H arrow tag, which is used to draw a horizontal line. So the H arrow tag doesn't have a closing. So if we save this and run and go to our browser, refresh it, you will see the horizontal line that is drawn from the beginning to the end of the page. This is the first heading and this is the second heading. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.